Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. Prince Albert police have charged a 15-year-old with attempted murder and aggravated assault related to an incident last Thursday. Police responded to the 900 block of 2nd Street East for reports of an assault in progress shortly before 11, but the male suspect had fled the scene. A 13-year-old female and 15-year-old male were suffering from injuries consistent with a stabbing. The 13-year-old transported to hospital in Saskatoon. The 15-year-old was located and arrested. He spent the weekend in custody and made his first court appearance today. 2 suspects were arrested after a string of violent incidents beginning Friday night. Police say about 10:30, 2 victims were in a vehicle, were assaulted with a weapon before their car was stolen on 17th Street West. A little after midnight on Saturday, police were called to the 1000 block of 14th Street West. A male victim had been shot at by suspects in a passing vehicle. He was taken to hospital in Saskatoon with significant injuries. Minutes later, another robbery with a firearm on Jack Matheson Crescent. This time, the suspects shot at a fleeing victim's vehicle, disabling it, then tried to steal it, but fled in the previously stolen car. Just before 2 a.m., police responded to River Street East, where the suspects stole another car at gunpoint. Police found the 2 stolen vehicles around 20th Street West, where they also found 3 firearms and arrested 2 suspects, a 27-year-old female and a 28-year-old male. Both made their first appearance in court today. Saskatoon's Urgent Care Centre is beginning to take shape. The province is celebrating 25% completion with foundation work, piling, and concrete floor slabs now finished. The unique centre will function as an alternative to emergency departments for minor illnesses or injuries. Unlike Regina's centre, Saskatoon's is being built alongside Attackakoup Cree developments with intake for mental health and addictions care. Regina's Urgent Care Centre opened last July with hopes of being open 24 hours a day a few months later. But the site had to be closed early because of staffing shortages, prompting the Saskatchewan Health Authority to reduce its hours. Health Minister Jeremy Cockrell says expect something similar when Saskatoon's opens.
We want to use our resources to best impact patients, whether they're in Regina, whether they're in Saskatoon or North Battleford, Moose Jaw, Prince Albert. We think that's focusing on the 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. hours, or roughly thereabouts. That's going to be our focus.
Cockrell says the Urgent Care Centre is expected to open next May. It's September. That means bad weather's around the corner, right, Jeff?
Well, it all depends on how you quantify bad, but I got 3 little words for you. Risk of frost. Yes, temperatures are really going to cool off as some colder Arctic air, but just say colder air for now, is moving in on top of us. And even though there's a high pressure ridge in place, we are still going to be seeing temperatures drop significantly as that colder air moves in. So we'll talk about that risk of frost later on.
Students across the province returned to school today. As kids are hitting the books, CAA has a few reminders for those hitting the roads. With increased foot traffic around school zones, it's important to pay attention when driving around schools. CAA shared some tips for parents and students.
Make sure that they know the rules of the road and make sure you're following them too as parents. They're going to notice if you do a U-turn in the school zone, which is not allowed. They're going to notice if you're maybe dropping off or picking up in no parking or no stopping zones. Just be aware that these little eyes are watching you. So set a good example.
Speeding tickets within school zones start at $170 with an additional $4 for every kilometer per hour above the speed limit a person is driving. And as students head back to school today, a new study is shedding light on the challenges children in Canada are facing. The report from Children First Canada has identified the top 10 threats to kids in the country. They include poverty, violence, poor mental health, bullying, and vaccine-preventable illness. According to Statistics Canada, 71% of teens say they've been bullied in the past year, and only 1 in 4 feel supported by their teachers. In Saskatchewan, there's been a drop in mental well-being, with the number of youth reporting good mental health falling by 8%.
It's appalling that a country as wealthy and as democratic as ours is letting so many of our kids fall behind, and failing to take action today will really create long-term impacts on the development and future prosperity of our nation.
Austin is urging the federal government to create a national strategy and appoint an independent commissioner to address the 10 threats they say kids are facing. CTV has reached out to Ottawa for comment. Post-secondary students are also returning to class for the school year. Activities were planned at the U of S today to welcome students back to campus. The Huskies also play their homecoming game on Friday as they host the UBC Thunderbirds at Griffith Stadium. Admission is free for U of S students to that game. Campus kickoff events are also planned at Sask Polytech locations throughout the province. A former Regina Pats assistant coach had his day parole revoked, and he's back in prison. Lynch was sentenced to 3 years in prison in January of 2024 for sexual and physical assault of a 17-year-old. The athlete was staying at his apartment while attending a Regina Pats hockey school in 1988. On May 26th of this year, that same victim shared with the RCMP that Lynch had sent him a friend request via Facebook. Police were able to corroborate the request by taking photos of the victim's phone. Lynch was arrested the same day. 2 homes were destroyed by fire in Pilot Butte over the weekend. Firefighters from Balgony, White City, and Emerald Park helped to bring it under control. It broke out just before 2 a.m. on Sunday. Both homes sustained serious damage. The Pilot Butte Fire Department says several pets of one of the homes remain missing. The town is now offering support for the families affected. There's no word yet on the cause. Saskatoon police are investigating a suspicious death that occurred on Saturday morning. SPS were called to the 400 block of Confederation Drive a little before 10 a.m. regarding a disturbance in a parking lot where they found a 26-year-old man dead. The investigation continues, and police are asking anyone with information to come forward. After the break, Jasmine is on scene at Waskesiu. She gets a look at the weekend's Real Rave International Film Festival. This weekend, some of the hottest films will be on the screen at Twin Pines Cinema. Jasmine Pelche finds out about the Real Rave International Film Festival.
The Real Rave International Film Festival is coming up. How many years has this film festival been running?
This is our 21st year, actually, this year. So, yeah, a little while now.
Have you been involved all 21 years?
No, my wife and I bought the Twin Pines Cinema. This is our 4th season, so this will be our 4th season running the Real Rave International Film Fest.
Do you find that you learn a little bit more about running a film festival every year?
Absolutely. We learn a little bit more of running even a cinema every year in our last 4. So yeah, it's been a great learning experience. It's getting a little bit easier, but it's always very, very interesting with all of the films.
What is something that people might not understand about running a film festival?
Well, I think one of the things that I really wasn't expecting, and I learned along the way, was just how much talent and how much film production occurs in Canada. This year, we've kind of really leaned into Canada. We're calling it our Leaning Into Canada year. And there's just some great talent here in Canada.
You're very patriotic.
Yeah, well, it's a good year for that, I think.
When is it? And what time of day does it start?
So it runs September 5th to 7th, and on September 5th, which is our Friday, we have both an early evening show, and then this year, which is something different, we have a 9:30 show as well. So, and then Saturday there's 3 shows, one at 11, around 11, one at around 2, and then one at around supper time, and then on Sunday we have 2 more showings. So there's quite a few showings to take in.
How many films are entered in the festival?
So there's 6 official selections this year, and we've added this year a 7th film, the Friday night film, made by a local film writer, sorry, can we start that one again?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So we have 6 official selections this year, and in addition, we've added a 7th film on the Friday night, produced and made by a local film writer out of Saskatoon. It's a little bit different, a little bit of a step out from our normal film, but being a later night show, I think it'll be great.
How many films were submitted before the selection was made?
Well, we're not a big enough film festival to move into that submissions, although I'd love for us to get there. Typically, the committee, I work with a committee, and we look at film festivals that run in other festivals and then come sort of recommended to us, and we just, from that, curate it down to the 6.
How does that curation process work? Like, what are you looking for when you're picking the festival films?
Well, I think that's where it's really good to have a committee because everybody looks for different things in the films. We try and have films from different genres. So we try and have 1 or 2 comedies, a drama, a documentary, and really just a variety so that no matter what your tastes are, you're going to find something you like.
Were any of the films produced around the Waskesiu area or maybe Prince Albert?
None around Waskesiu or Prince Albert, but the Welcome to Kittytown, which is our Friday evening show, it was out of Saskatoon, actually.
Can you give us any sort of hints or teasers about what some of these films are going to be about?
Well, there's a great variety this year. So, You Are Not Alone was a TIFF Discovery runner-up last year at the Toronto International Film Festival. I just did an interview with the directors here earlier this week. They weren't. We wanted them to come to the film festival, but unfortunately they're going to be traveling. So, to me, that's one of the Fest's most interesting films this year. We recorded the interview, so that'll air after each of the screenings. So there's some pretty interesting questions and pretty interesting directions that the directors give from that.
What could you say to encourage people to come out and check out some of these films?
Well, I would just say give it a try. Like I mentioned earlier, I wasn't sure how much I would enjoy running a film festival. I was very much up until this a traditional movie person. The action movies, the big screen, major features. But I've really ended up enjoying it. This is one of the favorite things I do all year, is to be able to watch these films, talk to some of the filmmakers, the actors, and it's just a lot of fun. Give it a try. I think you'll like it.
All right, well, Chris, good luck with the film festival. I'm not sure if you can say good luck about a film festival or if that's theater where you have to say break a leg. Either way,
yeah.
Hope it goes well.
Yeah, well, thank you, and thank you very much.
Thanks for speaking with me.
After the break, Jeff with the weather for the first week of September, and later, what warning signs might be useful for early detection of prostate cancer. So, Jeff, the weather definitely made it a little bit harder to watch the game and stay inside on the weekend, but everybody probably did, and so now their chores are all piling up here for the work week.
Well, and it depends on if you feel like bundling up at some point, because it's not going to be cold, at least not during the day, but at night, temperatures are getting a bit on the crisp side. That's certainly true in the Prince Albert and Lakeland region. Temperatures are expected to drop down to, well, close to the 0-degree mark, not on the minus side yet. But yes, some colder Arctic air is moving down, and it will stick around for a little while. Eventually, we're going to start warming up again. We'll talk about that in just a second or two. I'll step out of the way here, and we'll take a look at our futurecast. And as you can see, those pressure lines getting a little closer together, but there's that system that's moving in from the far north, sort of slashing through the northeastern part of the province. We don't expect that to extend that far south, but what is coming far south is some of those cold temperatures. So look at these numbers for overnight tonight. 3 degrees in Spiritwood, 4 in the Battlefords, 1 in Candle Lake, 2 in Birch Hills and Rostron and Melfort and Nipwood. Most locations, it's clearing skies, and the winds back off as well, so that certainly makes things more precipitous, shall we say, with regard to the arrival of some frost. But it's just a risk right now. It's not a frost warning, so we'll keep our fingers crossed that that does not happen. 18 degrees tomorrow in Spiritwood for a high, 22 in the Battleford, 16 in Candle Lake and Birch Hills, Melfort and Nipwood, 17 the expected daytime high in Rostron, and all of these locations looking at cloudy or mainly cloudy skies. For Prince Albert in detail, overnight dropping down to 1 with clearing skies and a risk of frost. The winds backing off as well. I mentioned that for the region. That's certainly true of Prince Albert. And then tomorrow, 17 degrees, so a few degrees below seasonal, mainly cloudy conditions, winds out of the south at 20. Thank goodness it's a southerly flow. And then we make make our way to Thursday, where the winds really pick up, and the overnight temperatures, again, on the cold side as we make our way from Thursday into Friday. Friday's daytime high, 15, 17 on Saturday with sunny skies, and then we're back to more seasonal temperatures as we get into that first little bit of September. 22 on Sunday and Monday, a bit more sunshine on Monday, and staying mainly sunny on Tuesday with a high of 24. So a bit of a cool down there.
A little bit of a cool down. I'm remembering when I was going to school, those first few weeks were kind of like home free, and it was a while before you saw the frost on the ground. I don't know about you.
Well, it's you know, it changes every year. But the good news is it's a bit of a cool down, and it's going to warm up again. There you go.
There you go. Well, the University of Saskatchewan Huskies football team got its season started off right in Alberta. After the Bears scored the opening 10 points of the game, Huskies quarterback Anton Amandrew found running back Riker Frank for a 19-yard touchdown pass to close the gap. Then later in the second quarter, the Huskies get to the quarterback as he's passing, and linebacker Seth Hundaby picking off the pass, taking it back 46 yards for a pick six, giving the visiting Huskies their first lead. In the fourth quarter, leading 22-20, the duo of Amandrew and Frank come together again using his blocks. The running back gets in for the eventual game-winning score. The Huskies held on and got an opening week 29-20 victory over the Bears. Homecoming game against UBC is Friday night at 7 from Griffith Stadium. And the Labor Day Classic lived up to its name on Sunday night with another game between the Bombers and Riders coming down to the wire.
Dramatic two-point try. Polaris. Intercepted. Tavon Campbell. He can score two for the Riders if he takes it all the way, and he will.
Former University of Regina Ram Tavon Campbell getting his Labor Day moment. He intercepted Zach Collaros on a two-point convert attempt and sealed Saskatchewan's 34-30 win over Winnipeg. The 112-yard return is tied for the longest in franchise history.
Man, it was everything, man. You just go out there in front of the fans, and really it's the last play that really mattered. And to make that play, it was great. It was, man, make a play. If the play comes to you, make it.
They don't call it the Labor Day Classic for nothing, right? It ended up, you know, being a big deal that TC returned it for 2 points, because just in case they got the onside, it would have, you know, they would have had to score a touchdown.
The win moves the Riders to 9-2 on the season, just the second time Saskatchewan has had 9 wins through 11 games in history. And it sets up what's sure to be another great game Saturday in the Banjo Bowl.
We know we're going into, for us, the most hostile environment in the league, since we, you know what I mean, everybody cheers for us here. So the only other place is to go there. And it's a hard place to play. We know what we're in for, and what a time, man. This is why you love the back-to-backs.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
About 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, according to the American Cancer Society. Experts say people miss the symptoms, and those warning signs often come when the disease is in later stages and harder to treat. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gator talks to a medical oncologist about early detection of prostate cancer, even when there are no symptoms.
It's one of the most common cancers among U.S. men, but if caught early, prostate cancer is highly treatable.
If somebody is diagnosed with prostate cancer when it's still confined to the prostate, then the chances of you being alive at 5 years it's 100% from prostate cancer.
Dr. Edmund Folefak with the Ohio State University Comprehensive Cancer Center says later stage symptoms of the disease may include frequent urination, trouble emptying the bladder, blood in the urine, pelvic pain, and sexual dysfunction.
Thankfully, a majority of the prostate cancer here in the U.S. are picked up when they don't have any, when patients don't have any symptoms through screening.
Since there are often no symptoms in early stages of the disease, Folefak says those at high risk should talk to their doctor about being screened. That includes anyone with a family history of prostate cancer, people with medical conditions that may make the disease hard to treat if it's found, and African American men who are at increased risk of not only getting the disease, but dying from it. Folefak says the prostate-specific antigen, or PSA test, tests the blood. High levels may mean cancer, but there are also other causes like an infection. PSA levels also generally rise with age.
Your doctor can then tell you what that PSA signifies and if you would undergo further testing or not.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Brought to you by Saskatchewan Union of Nurses. Thank you to Saskatchewan's 11,000 registered nurses.
So, Jeff, the football wasn't the only amazing thing happening in Saskatchewan over the weekend. A Saskatoon woman celebrated her 100th birthday this weekend. Lainey Stokvis celebrated the day with her extended family that includes all 7 of her children and many more grandchildren who made their way to the Bessborough Hotel to mark the occasion with her.
Oh, my children and all the grandchildren here, it's unbelievable. They came from all over. I mean, the fact, you know, it's easy to the ones from Saskatoon or Regina or Calgary, but to come all the way from Europe, yeah, it's just unbelievable.
You'll like this one, Jeff. The family says Lainey was the last person to go to sleep after a long day of partying, and I bet you everybody else just doesn't have the gas tank that Lainey has. And what a big celebration that must have been, mentioning that, you know, some people from Europe were all the way in town there, and that's got to be a pretty special celebration.
Very
I wonder,
impressive.
though, do you think...
And 100 years old, my goodness.
Now, do you think she watched the game on Sunday, or was she maybe recovering?
You know what? I have a funny feeling she probably did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts? Now that we got a couple seconds, let's break it down.
Talk about the game?
Yeah, let's break it down.
It was a nail biter, and maybe it shouldn't have been, but it was right down to the wire. My goodness, that's I guess that's why we pay the money.
You know, it's funny. It that 2-point convert interception. It reminds me of, I don't know, I must have been 11 years old or something at McMahon Stadium in a freezing cold playoff game, watching the same thing happen. It's always fun to watch a 2-point convert go the other way.
It's very true.
There you go. National News is next. Thanks for tuning in.